First off, start with some joint mobility, and then I went to roll the neck. This is often done in wrestling, and it's very strengthening for the spine and the neck, and it gets you very flexible as well. It's a bit of a weird exercise when you start doing it, but once you get used to it, it's quite nice.
I hope so. A month ago now until you faced Kim. How have preparations been?
Great. It's been this camp has been awesome. Took on this new conditioning program, which the whole team is doing now, and it really makes a difference.
Kim hasn't fought since beating Dominic Waters almost a year ago now. Would he be rusty? Would you be able to take advantage of that?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. He's a veteran though. He's been fighting for a long time, so sometimes the guys that have been fighting for a long time, it doesn't matter if they take a little bit of time off. But I won't be expecting it, but we'll see.
What kind of fight do you expect from him?
Well, lately he's been a bit wild. He used to be more of a grappler and focusing more on his judo and his grappling, but now lately he's been more of a flashy striker. So we'll see.
Your win in May over Tumanov has been described as your most complete performance. Would you go along with that, and how much confidence have you taken from that win?
Yeah, I was very happy with that fight and my performance. I was very happy with my form in that fight as well. That's the first time we took on this conditioning program, and I only did like 3 weeks of it before that fight. But yeah, I definitely feel good about the performance, and I feel confident going into this next one.
I think it's the first time since 2007 that UFC is coming back to Belfast. What can fans expect there?
Sorry?
What can fans expect in Belfast from UFC fighting?
Anything, I know that the Irish fans are like no one else. It's crazy, and I really look forward to it. And I'm looking to put on a show. And
you expect a big response from the Irish fans, considering you're pretty much one of our own too?
Yeah, I've always gotten a huge response, and still, you're almost expecting it now, but every time though, it surprises you. It's just so powerful, It's something else.
And just finally for me, you've been sparring with Conor McGregor obviously over the years. How's he been after his last win last month?
Well, I haven't met Conor since his last win. I haven't met him since. I've just been talking on the phone, and he's in great spirits.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Gunnar, since the MMA fight, obviously you bounced back very well against Tumanov. How much of a learning curve was that for you? Was that experience?
Huge. A loss like this is you can take so much from it. You can either have it beat you down, or you can rise from it. And use it as all the experience as building block for times to come. And that's what I did, and I feel more complete.
What have you done to make yourself more complete since then, do you feel?
Like I said before, we changed our conditioning program. Of course, there's always a lot of little details here and there with the techniques and the tactics that we, after every single fight, that you take in and you learn from. And one good thing I learned in that fight is that even though I'm feeling very bad, and it's not my fight at all, I'm able to survive, and that's one of the things I learned in that fight, to just survive.
Talk about, obviously we heard today, obviously a guy from the Irish scene, Neil Seery, has said UFC Belfast is going to be his last fight. Any words for Neil?
Neil is a great guy. I really look forward to seeing him fight. He's always one of my most enjoyable guys to watch. I look forward to it.
So the next welterweight title fight is going to be Stephen Thompson against Tyron Woodley. Do you think that was the correct fight to make?
I would have maybe liked to see Damian Maia get that title fight, but Wonder Boy's been doing really well as well. So yeah.
Okay. What do you think of Tyron Woodley trying to choose his opponent for his first defence? Do you agree with that? Do you think he should be allowed to do that, or?
You're not allowed to do a lot of things, but you got to try what you want to do, and yeah, I agree with. You should just you just go your own way, you know. And if he's trying to pick his fights, then that's good, you know. He should definitely do what he wants to do. You know?
There's a lot of talk about maybe George St-Pierre making a return. Is that a fight that you would want to take if it was offered to you?
Yeah, of course. Who wouldn't want to fight George? He's a legend in the sport.
Do you think realistically he can? What do you think his intention would be to come back? Do you think he'd be going for that title shot, or do you think he'd just be going for big fights, big money fights?
I think so. Yeah, I think he'd definitely be bouncing back for big money fights. Maybe you would want to get the title again. I'm not sure if he. I heard somewhere that he might be a little bit lighter than he has been, so maybe he might be going into the lightweight division. I don't know, but he was a pretty heavy welterweight at the time, so I was a bit surprised when I heard that, but I don't know. We'll see. I definitely think he'd be looking for money fights.
Speaking of being lighter, you said you had a new conditioning regime for your last fight. Have you kept that up, and are you feeling great for this camp as well?
Yeah, we kept that up. This is the first full camp that I've done with this conditioning program, and yeah, it's great. It really makes you feel fresh and just I feel great.
As an Icelander, did you watch Euro 2016? Did you see your country do so well in that tournament?
Sorry?
Did you watch Euro 2016 and did you follow the Icelander football team?
Yeah, of course. I'm not a big football fan in general, but I did definitely follow them, and it was amazing. First time we ever got in, and we did pretty damn good. You know, beat England. That's big.
What's your feeling with Dun Young Kim as an opponent? He hasn't fought in quite some time. We've seen him in the past with some impressive performance, but he's been a little bit inconsistent in his UFC tenure.
Yeah, I think he's a great fighter. I watched him from the beginning since he arrived in the UFC, and he's a really well-rounded fighter. And yeah, he's, like I said before, he's changed a little bit recently in his last few fights. He's become more of a flashy striker and looking for big knockouts, and I think that's maybe because he's looking for the fans and looking for exciting fights. But yeah, I've always admired him as a martial artist. I look forward to.
Your stand-up has really improved as well, Tumanov. Obviously, a guy who's very good on the feet. You did extremely well against him. You did it very well against Brandon Thatch as well. Is that an element you've really been putting a lot of time and work into as well?
Stand-up?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. The last few years, there's been more focusing on stand-up than ground. Obviously, before that, it was more ground. For me, I took a time off even from MMA and just did grappling tournaments and stuff like that. And then, yeah, the last few years, more striking and now more just putting everything together again and mixing it.
All right. Thanks, Vinny. Best of luck.